Views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio, harnessing our connection with the universe to effect change for optimal success and happiness. Are you looking for direction with your relationships, business, purpose, or simply life? Well, you're at the right place. Named one of the country's top psychics, Eve now brings her insights and gifts to this weekly hit call-in show, joined by visionaries, leaders, gifted others, but mostly you. Get ready for a slice of life's journey, Eve's objective guidance, tarot, readings, and the momentum you need to move beyond whatever crossroad you're stuck at. Now here's your amazing host, Eve.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio, harnessing the power of the universe for happier living. My name is Eve, the MBA psychic from Elite Tarot, excited for today's show, which is the first Mainstream Metaphysics Radio show of 2018. Yay! Benny, thank you so much for driving this birthday mobile, as today is your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much, because it is.
Happy birthday, Benny.
Thank you.
Many thanks for everyone for tuning into our birthday show. As you know, I'm in the other Washington as Benny, as this is a coast-to-coast show. I'm in the Washington, D.C. part, and let me tell you, it is freezing here as they are telling us that we are having I kid you not, a cyclone bomb, which means it's pretty darn cold. While I'm here today, I must admit I'm pretending as if I'm in Hawaii right now, where it's a little warmer. But I want to send a major shout out to our listeners in upstate New York, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and throughout New England, as they seem to be getting the worst of this. So today, as we launch 2018, I'm taking your calls all out. We're doing tarot card readings. Today, I'm going to do a 3-card tarot card reading with the first card representing your current situation, second card representing something challenging or blocking you, third card representing advice. If you've been struggling with a decision, just not sure what to do, perhaps feeling disconnected from your purpose, finding love elusive, and wondering what you can do within your own power to change the situation, we can look at all of this through the lens of the tarot. Perhaps with the strike of midnight 2018, you decided to take that opportunity to start to manifest a New Year's resolution, whether it be to lose weight, stop smoking or drinking, embark on a new career, run a marathon, or reconnect with family. A tarot card reading can be helpful in providing guidance and insight as you turn your New Year's resolution into New Year's joy. If you're hesitant to get a tarot card reading for fear of the scary cards, fear not. Sometimes those scary-looking cards are the best cards. In fact, there are no bad cards in tarot, particularly as I only see tarot as a visual representation of the mind of the unconscious. Your unconscious is on your side, cheering you on, wanting you to be happy, so nothing scary can possibly come up. Before I do any reading, I place a very clear boundary around the reading, so the cards that come up have one and one purpose only. They are there to provide guidance in addressing the question asked, but in a way where the person who's asking the question has the tools they need to tap into their own strength and find and pursue an optimal path forward. Now, if you've had a tarot card reading from me within the last 3 weeks, I ask you to kind of wait another week or two just to honor the message that was brought forth through the reading, so the information doesn't become redundant and superfluous. The phone lines are now open. When you call in, be sure to wish Benny a very happy birthday. And the number to call for a reading is 800-930-2819. That's 800-930-2819. For those tuning in for the first time, welcome to the show. Just a brief bit about me. I am an intuitive coach and professional tarot card reader who works with clients around the world in helping them tap into their own power to affect change for optimal success and happiness. This is done through using energy effectively, which is what my whole power and my whole focus is, and it's all about tapping into your own power. My role is not to define your path, but rather help you use your own energy for movement forward so joy can be embraced, all from a place of great strength that you created. I use tarot as the primary medium to connect with intuition. Please know that I am not a fortune teller, and my readings are not predictive, as I believe that can mess with free will. I understand the desire to know when something will happen. I want to know myself. I totally hear ya. Yet it actually can make a person feel even more frustration because the path to get to the place of joy can seem too challenging to overcome when no path is actually laid out. This can yield even more stress and frustration. My focus as a professional tarot card reader has always been to serve as a guide in the background where the real magic and transformation takes place unaided by an outside metaphysical practitioner, but powered solely by you with your own strength and joy. I liken my work to that of a mainstream metaphysical midwife, so to speak. It's not my baby. I didn't put the baby in there. I don't keep the baby once it's there. Once it's delivered, I don't even determine the gender or sex of the baby. My job is there solely as a support to help guide the person's own birth of insight, clarity, and guidance. One way that I do this is through the development of step-by-step recipes of processes people can choose to go through to do anything from releasing stress or trauma, finding a career of passion and purpose, embrace inner harmony and joy, to manifesting healthy and joyful love, particularly when it means navigating a journey that's outside of the comfort zone and unfamiliar. My company is Elite Tarot, by the way, which you can find at elitetarot.com or mainstreammetaphysicsradio.com. I do sessions over phone and Skype worldwide, so guidance and insight, no matter where you are, is just a click or call away. I do full profile readings, which take about 60, 75 minutes, and we really go into depth about what might be blocking your energy and how you, with your own power and strength, can move that energy so you're embracing joy in whatever area of life has been temporarily halted. I also offer shorter 30-minute phone readings where we look at fewer cards, yet sometimes it's just what's needed to provide that guidance, clarity, and insight when you're facing a specific dilemma. All readings come with a summary of everything we talk about, photo of the final tarot card layout, and a recording of the entire session. You can book a reading directly on my site at elitetarot.com, which is elitetarot.com. In addition to individual tarot card readings, I also do readings at events nationwide for corporate retreats, birthday parties, bridal showers, wedding receptions, as well as workshops nationwide on finding your purpose, embracing change, and manifesting healthy and joyful love. So, why wait? Let's just get right to calls. Although, before we start calling, I just want to let people know that I have a candle lit, which is my signal to open a session. Today, I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite Tarot Card deck. If you don't have a deck handy, you can look up the cards online to see them, but I will also describe them. When you call in, I'll be shuffling the deck while we chit-chat. Then I'll be cutting the deck using my non-dominant hand, which is my left hand. I use the non-dominant hand as that's the hand that accesses the unconscious. After that, I'll be fanning the cards face down in front of me and using my non-dominant hand, run my hand along the backs of the cards until 3 cards just energetically call out your name. Sort of like literally sticking them off fingers, like saying, pick me, pick me. As always, I do like to start with a small disclaimer that I am not a doctor, lawyer, therapist, travel agent, or realtor. And a tarot card reading should never be taken as a substitute for seeking guidance from a licensed professional. And finally, these are just cards, just pieces of cardboard. They have absolutely no power over you. I certainly have no power over you. You always have free will. I look at this as the visual representation of the little voice inside that we are just always overruling. We're saying, okay, little voice, tell me what you got to say. I may not follow it, but I want to hear an option. Well, while we're not going to actually be able to get to the pulling of the cards, at least let me say hello to our first caller before we take our first break. Anna, welcome to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio.
Thank you, Eve. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for calling.
Yes, general reading today.
You got it. I'm sorry, I cut you off there. What were you saying?
Oh, that's okay. I have not had a reading with you before, so this will be first time for a reading with you, Anna. Eve.
Well, I am excited about doing a reading for you. Thank you so much for calling. Nothing scary whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be asking for guidance while I'm shuffling the cards. I'm providing guidance for Anna in terms of navigating the next few months going forward with strength for optimal success, happiness, peace, and joy. And while I've been talking to you, I've been shuffling the cards, and now I'm just picking out 3 cards on your behalf. And the last card is being a little stubborn. There it goes. And I am now going to just totally keep you, Anna, as well as all the listeners, in complete suspense, and me as well, because I don't know what these 3 cards are, because I'm going to ask you to hold on as we take our first break. So stay tuned, and we are going to find out more later. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got more readings to do. If you're interested in a reading, give us a call at 800-930-2819. You are listening to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. We'll be right back.
At the stroke of midnight, on that great holiday, gonna have a ball, and that ain't all. Gonna chase the blues away.
Stay juicy. Tune in to Your Juicy Love with me, Una Drake, co-hosting monthly with Dr. Pat, and every second Monday at 12 p.m. on Transformation Talk Radio. My show, Your Juicy Love, helps you find the dynamic, life-affirming love you've always wanted. Transform your relationships and bring peace, joy, and juicy, juicy love to planet Earth. For more information, visit unadrake.com.
Tune in each month to Synergenetic Living Radio, where Rick and Grace Paris discuss the synergenetic way of life, what it means to truly change your perspective in life, what it means to take control of your life and manifest your true desires. For more information on Rick and Grace Paris and Synergenetic Living, check out synergeneticliving.com. Get clear on the life you desire and the current life you are creating and what is between the two. Synergenetic Living, living life loud.
Tune in to the Psychic Professors Show, The Voices of Spirit Radio, with international medium and spirit artist Dr. Susan Barnes on Transformation Talk Radio, featuring a variety of spiritual topics such as psychic art, spiritualism, EVP, psychic development, and mediumship. This hit call-in show provides listeners with breakthrough wisdom to enliven and enlighten their lives. Visit spiritartgallery.net.
Tune in each Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern on Transformation Talk Radio.
Chances are you've been on your conscious journey for many years, and you've learned a lot about manifesting a wonderful life. But if you are like many others on their spiritual paths, you may still have some area of your life where you're feeling stuck. Perhaps you've read many books, attended lots of workshops, listened to many programs, and done plenty of inner work, and yet there is still something you'd like to change. With all the information out there, it may be hard to see the forest for the trees. Do you want to get a bird's eye view of that forest so you are empowered to navigate more effectively? Do you want to know the key to positive change and develop a personalized strategy for creating the changes you desire? Please join me, Christine Upchurch, for a 4-week webinar series beginning January 9th. Start your new year right and embrace the vibration of change. For more information, visit ChristineUpchurch.com. That's ChristineUpchurch.com or call 425-999-9836.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
Bringing in a brand new year. Gonna have a dance, take a chance of romance. While bringing in a brand new year. Gonna be a big parade. Got my resolutions made. Listen, dear, won't you meet me here? While bringing in a brand new year. Gonna ride a bubble.
Welcome back to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. I'm Eve, the MBA psychic from Elite Tarot, doing readings today. Today I'm doing a 3-card tarot card reading for callers, with the first card representing your current situation, second card representing something challenging or blocking you, third card representing advice. We do have a line open. If you're interested in a reading, give us a call at 800-930-2819. So before we went to break, I was just pulling 3 cards for Anna. Anna, are you still with me?
Yes, I am.
Yay. So we're going to do just a general reading, and let's just see what we get here. All right. So the very first card that we get is the King of Cups. Now, I love when clients put kings and queens in the core position, because it really talks about your strength. You have all the ability to manifest whatever it is you want. That's half the battle is right there. Now, this is the King of Cups. Cups tend to talk about the heart. You have a heart as big as Seattle, if not the entire Washington state. And so as king, as that role of responsibility, you tend to want to make sure that everybody else's emotional needs are often taken care of and addressed, even sometimes before your own. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes. Yes, it does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in this card, you have a king, and he's sitting on his throne, but there's all this turbulent water around him. So while it's always important that you maintain that place where people can feel safe and go to, it can sometimes feel a little bit isolating when so much of that drive comes from making sure everybody else's needs are met. Something challenging or blocking you is the 10 of Swords. Now, I got to tell you, Anna, this is one of my scary-looking cards, but there's nothing scary about it. In this card, you see a person who's just lying kind of on the ground, and he's got 10 swords in him. Now, one sword would have done the trick, but there's 10 in there, meaning that you've been trying the same approach towards finding that place of connection so it doesn't feel so isolating. The same approach over and over and over again, only waiting for a different response. And yet this is a card saying it's time to shift gears. It's time to take a different track. Don't keep trying to get open the same door, because that's the universe saying just go to a different door. This also card, what I'm feeling is that there's something that's coming to a conclusion, and while it's easy to focus on something ending, it also is the opportunity to get it ready and open for the excitement of something beginning, particularly as this coincides with the start of the year, 2018. But when you put so much energy and attention into ensuring that you're that safe place for people to go to, and when you're looking at an unknown future, even if it's joyous and wonderful, it can be a little bit challenging, so to speak. Does that resonate so far?
Oh, yes. Very much so.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look and see what to do about this, because advice card is this beautiful card, and it's the Temperance card. Now, the Temperance card, which is card number 14 in the Major Arcana, shows this incredibly angelic angel being who is balancing two cups. And even though this isn't a cup card, we're dealing with ensuring ways to create your strength from your emotional center so that you can embrace your own joy in addition to being able to be there as a support for others as well. Now, in the Temperance card, there's two very distinctly different scenes. There's behind this angelic angel is a straight, clear path. And that is a very easy path. It's got a very clear road. It leads to a sunrise. It's just a super easy path to go down. The only challenge is that you're not on that path. Instead, the other part of this card is this person is walking across a lake where no path exists. And so there's something that is very unconventional, something non-traditional about this new chapter going forward in 2018. This can be some of the most rewarding opportunities to do when there is no path, but it can also be a little bit more challenging, particularly when we look to other people and see that they have very clear paths and wondering where your signs and billboards are saying that you're on the right path. Only you're just not on that clear, straightforward path. Instead, you're making and forging your own path. Now, since there's not going to be those signs and billboards along the way, the key part is going back to these two cups right in the center of this Temperance card. And it's really about balancing and staying firm, but creating that balance of joy within yourself. And that gives you the fuel of knowing that as you take a step forward, a path then appears, rather than waiting for the path to appear and taking a step forward. That's just that's just what you give up when you take this unconventional path. Even though it is against, in a sense, it's more of a habit to focus on others. Just make sure that you are, even if it feels unnatural, that you're making sure that you're giving yourself what you need, making sure that you're staying in balance and honoring where your heart is leading you in this new chapter of your journey. And then, just with all the faith in the world, begin to move forward on your non-traditional and unconventional path, knowing your journey is completely different from everybody else on this planet, with the faith that the universe is right there with you, because the universe would not lead you this far only to forsake you at this point. Does that resonate?
Yes, it certainly does. And so the Temperance card, then that's the advice card in your reading.
Exactly.
Okay, and Temperance card then, is that a good card? How do you communicate that card? I know you did, but
I'm sorry. Did you say, is that a good card? Is that what you asked?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great card, but it's really all about you devising your own path and not having to compromise, but also not having to justify your decisions and the steps that you take as you go in a different direction than you have been, but that you do not have to justify that to anyone, because this is your journey and nobody else in the world is experiencing your journey the way you are. Nobody else in the world is going to have the absolutely unique balance and composite of talents, energies, and gifts as you begin to translate your passions into actual actions forward. It's a little bit more challenging because you're going where there's no path already, but ultimately that's the most rewarding path. It's just relying on that heart balance. However, if everything is going out to everyone else, then you're not going to be able to be in as much balance as you would be if you're ensuring that you're honoring yourself with your needs, that you are making sure that you're setting up boundaries, that you're giving time to yourself, because that's going to be that fuel to go in this new direction where no path perhaps even exists. Does that clarify that?
It certainly does. Certainly really helps, so it does. So,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, so basically it kind of summarized, it's really setting up boundaries for myself and being in charge of my own self, correct?
Absolutely, but recognizing that we're taking things in perhaps a new direction than in the past, because that's represented by that Ten of Swords card. And rather than kind of trying it again, trying the same approach again, and then wondering why you're feeling kind of isolated, this is all about honoring more within yourself. And it doesn't mean you can't be there as that safe place, as that making sure everyone else's emotional needs are being met. Doesn't mean that, but it does mean not at the expense of yourself, because you're going to need to be in tune with your own heart center as you take those steps forward. Anna, I hope that's been helpful for you. And will you please keep us updated as 2018 gets going on your fantastic unconventional journey?
Since my whole life has been unconventional, so this is nothing new.
Nothing new. Please keep us updated. Happy New Year, and thank you so much for calling.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
My pleasure. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got more readings to do. To get a reading, the number is 800-930-2819. You're listening to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. We'll be right back.
Disease, one of the most dreaded words in our vocabulary. Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know traditionally we have viewed disease as a degenerative process? Disease is better understood when we view it as dis-ease in the human body. Dis-ease means without ease. Health is not merely the absence of disease, it's when every part of the body works together effortlessly, relaxed and at ease. It's that relaxed state that lets energy flow in waves through and around the entire body. Every organ has an electrical charge, and when overcharged or undercharged, dis-ease occurs. And it is an effort to go through our day. We are able to determine the exact dis-ease of the body and design a specific solution to correct the nutritional imbalance. Contact us at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And visit us at maryjanemack.com.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, Talk Radio to Thrive By. I am so thrilled to be talking to all of you. We have got talk radio for all of us. Are you ready and willing and able to accept all of the abundance you can muster up in your life? Check us out at drpatshow.com, transformationtalkradio.com, transformationradio.fm. Oh my goodness.
Winning at the game of money. Lynn Brown is now offering Full Spectrum Finance, a progressive 12-month program that will help you to navigate through the mechanics of financial expansion. Finally, a financial planner who looks at the full spectrum of money and abundance. Engage you in the mental, physical, and energetic aspects of finance. This is Full Spectrum Finance. Are you ready to get into it? For more information, go to fullspectrumfinance.com.
Tune
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthисfunny.com.
Tune into the wisdom of your soul for guidance on living a joyful life. On Soul Wisdom Radio, Wendy will provide inspiration to raise your vibration and connect with your higher self and guides. Learn how to balance your ego and to progress spiritually on Soul Wisdom Radio with Wendy Rose Williams. Visit wendyrosewilliams.com or Transformation Talk Radio to learn more about a healing session with Wendy and her events and publications.
Are you traveling most of your day? Do you want to take Transformation Talk Radio with you anywhere you go? Well, guess what? There's an app for that. Just go to the App Store on your Apple device or the Google Play Store on your Android and search Transformation Talk Radio. Catch all of our live shows no matter where you are. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. My name is Eve, the MBA Psychic from Elite Tarot. If you'd like to learn more about me, book an intuitive coaching session over phone or Skype worldwide, or inquire about having readings at an event nationwide or a workshop nationwide, please go to my website, www.elitetarot.com or mainstreammetaphysicsradio.com. So today I am doing a 3-card tarot card reading for callers, with the first card representing your current situation, second card representing something challenging or blocking you, third card representing advice. So let's not wait. Let's go to the next caller. Armis, how are you? And welcome to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Is there anything you have a question about?
Yes, actually, I have a question as to when I'm trying to manifest a job closer to my home, and I'm trying to see approximately when that call will come. And then
go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, go ahead with your second thing.
Thank you. I am wondering about my, I have a control issue, I believe, and I need to get rid of it, but it's just a very difficult thing because there's some trust issues there, and I'm trying to get over that hump, and if there's any advice for that.
Well, first of all, everything is so much easier said than done. If, the key to dieting is, if it were just as easy as eat less, exercise more, then it wouldn't be $1 billion business. So recognize that any kind of change is going to be challenging and it's going to be difficult, but you can do it and you have all the tools to do it. Now, you had asked about the timing of a call. I'm pointing up to the sky. You can't see it, but I'm saying that is totally out of my pay grade just because it's not in our power. But what I did was I pulled 3 cards on just providing that guidance for you on what it is in your power in terms of manifesting that job closer to you and also just for general joy going forward. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Sure. Now, before I turn over the first card, though, I have to say one of those tools that are at your power are the words you use. And when you talked to me about this, you said that you were trying to do this, you're trying to do that, you should be, you've got a control issue and you should be doing this. Recognize that those words are working against you, because even what they do is unconsciously, they put in a little spark into your mind that maybe it's not possible. If I'm trying to do this, then there's a chance that I might not. So those words are toxic: trying, hoping, thinking, should, feeling, and they add absolutely nothing to this sentence. But what they do from an energy perspective is they feel like you're kind of walking into a windstorm. And so it's making things a little bit harder. So when you hear yourself saying the word, I'm trying to do this, I've got a control problem, instead saying, I had a control problem. I'm embracing a new career. I'm looking forward to having an opportunity come forward. And so use those words, even though the brain might be resisting it, but notice how the body physically feels rather than what's going on in the brain. Does that make sense?
Completely.
Excellent. So let's take a look and see what the cards say. So the first card that came over is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant, in a lot of decks, in some decks, it's called the Pope card, as you see this popely figure. And when the Hierophant comes up in that core position, there's almost as if you have had so much placed on you that you have then adopted onto yourself, which then makes it so that that you feel that it's challenging to be vulnerable with others, because then it might impact how they view you. They won't confide in you. And I think about our dear Pope. This guy, I'm sure, sometimes has a headache, but yet he's the Pope. And you feel like it's like, I don't want to ask someone for an aspirin or a Tylenol, because people might not then, think that I am who I am. And recognize that by sharing those vulnerabilities, by opening up, by asking for advice, by asking for help, it is not a sign in any way, shape, or form of how it changes how people view you, but it gives you that ability to feel that connection and to take advantage of all the wonderful, loving energy that is definitely being sent your way. Does that resonate?
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, something challenging or blocking you is the Queen of Pentacles. And again, in the Queen, you've got all the strength in the world here to manifest the job, and also to it's not so much controlling of others, it's more just controlling of, I always say I'm a type A control freak. 99% of my clients are type A control freaks. And so it's recognizing when that becomes more taxing to us on a mind, body, and spirit level. And the Queen of Pentacles, you have such great strength, but you also try to put forth such a calm demeanor that in itself becomes taxing, again, because it's intertwined with a Hierophant, where it's like, I don't want to show any vulnerability. Perhaps I'm wondering if way back when, you somehow got the message that I can't show vulnerability. I can't show that I don't know something because of whatever would happen if you did, or perhaps the perception of what would happen. Does that ring true, or am I totally off base?
No, that's on track.
So what I would recommend you do is find a time you're not going to be disturbed, take a pen and paper, and write a letter to whoever, whatever, gave you that bit of information, whether the person is still alive or passed, whether it's just a word, whether it's a situation, a boss, a parent, whoever it was. Write a letter, handwrite out a letter, and I want you to unload everything that you have been carrying forward about this. Dear so-and-so, I hate the fact that you made me feel like I couldn't be vulnerable. I hate the fact that you made me feel this way. Everything that you have been carrying for these years, put down onto that sheet of paper. But then there is nothing left more to say, right? However, I choose to live my life with love and strength and joy. And so for all that, I release you and any claim you have on my life going forward. Now that's releasing. It's not forgiveness. That's a different matter. This is just for your and your benefit only. It's only to be shared between you and the universe, nobody else, because it's nobody else's business. Someone can give you a gift. How you hold on to it is your business only. Someone could maliciously give you something, and again, how you hold on to it is your business only. So no matter how it was given to you, this is all about releasing it, but in a way that your brain can consciously see that you are letting this go. So after you write that, sign your name, and then immediately burn or shred the letter, noting how your body physically feels as that letting go process, as you choose, hey, it is 2018. I don't want to carry this around anymore because, you know what, it's just taxing. Does that make sense?
Completely, yes.
Excellent. And to go along with that, the advice card was the 8 of Swords. Now, in this card, you have a woman and she is blindfolded, she is bound, she is trapped. There is a feeling of powerlessness about achieving the things you want. However, from our perspective, if you look at the 8 of Swords, you will see there are 8 swords around her, which means that there's not a sword behind her, meaning she's not tied to any sword. The swords do not envelop her. And so all she needs to do is just shimmy up against one of those just to free herself, and then she can walk around these swords, and there's this beautiful castle right there. Recognize that when you feel powerless, ask yourself if that is truly the case, but because you always do have more, you have so much power available to you, and that embrace that fact. However, if you see yourself as powerless, if you see yourself as perhaps damaged, hurt, or dealing with control stuff, all those things, if you see yourself as that, you run the risk of creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so that is energy we don't want anything to do with. We just want you to embrace all of your wonderful and abundant strength because of where all the experiences that you've been through as you go forth into embracing this new job, but also embracing joy from that power of strength and self-love. I hope that's been helpful for you.
Yes, it has. Thank you
I'm
so much for your advice.
It's my pleasure. Please keep us updated, and thank you so much for calling in. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you, too.
Thank you. We're going to take our last break, where you're listening to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. We'll be right back.
I'm much too fast to take that test. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Don't wanna be a richer man. Changes.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
Conscious Confidence Radio, a timeless wisdom with Sarah Main. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio and join Sarah on an adventurous journey to the deeper level of meaning to move beyond today's world of constant change, confusion, and uncertainty beyond the shadow of fear. This hit show explores key concepts such as confidence, values, and attitude in a dynamic way. To learn more about Sarah and her work, visit sarahmain.com.
Amber Teal, founder of The Healthy Edge, is bringing you the hit show Healthy Edge Radio, living with power, passion, and purpose. Amber provides the support and tools necessary for you to finally release the weight and emotions that are hidden beneath the weight. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio. For more information on how you can take the next step with Amber, visit getthehealthyedge.com.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Hi, this is Laura Richer, host of On the Verge Radio. Sometimes you hear encouraging messages like transform your life now, become empowered, create the life you crave, and it all seems overwhelming and you're not sure where to start. I'm here to tell you that self-improvement is not always fun and easy, but it is always worth it. The path to creating positive changes begins with releasing the things that have been holding you back. Then you can create a life that inspires you. I know this because I've done it. You can find out more about what I do by visiting my website, seattlehealinghypnosis.com. I look forward to supporting you on your journey.
Tune in to the hit show Raging Skillet Radio, Mouthing Off with Chef Rossi. Chef Rossi mouths off about different subjects in pursuit of breaking down walls and opening up your minds. She and Dr. Pat banter back and forth, taking from the headlines of the day on subjects that reach beyond what goes on in the world into your hearts. And go to theragingskillet.com to find out more and let Chef Rossi know what's on your mind.
Consultations, they're quite aware of what they're going through. Changes, turn and face the strain. Changes, don't tell them to go up out of it.
Welcome back to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. I'm Eve, the MBA Psychic from Elite Tarot, for the first Mainstream Metaphysics Radio show of 2018. And not only is it the very first show of the year, but it is also Benny's birthday. So how great of a day is this today? Even though I'm here on the East Coast, where we are dealing with a cyclone bomb, which is a phrase that I never had even heard before. And so it is just pretty darn cold. So today I'm doing readings. I'm doing a 3-card reading for callers. First card representing the current situation. Second card representing something challenging or blocking you. Third card representing advice. And we do have one line open before the end of the show if you want to call in. You know, last week I talked a little bit about the very first card of the tarot, which was the Fool card, which was all about taking a leap of faith. And as we're talking about manifesting resolutions, I wanted to share a bit about the second card in the tarot, which is the Magician card. Now, even though it's labeled number 1, it's actually the second card of the tarot. In this regal card, you have 3 different scenes taking place, which are all interconnected. On the top of the card, there is a picture of a small floral or garden overhang. Now, in the middle of the card, we see our strong magician who has his right hand reaching up to the overhang and his left hand pointing down to the ground. In front of him is a table which has a cup, wand, pentacle, and sword, which are all the 4 suits of the minor arcana. Or rather, all the tools that are at the ready for him to be able to manifest whatever it is he needs. I always say that in tarot, there's 5 suits. There's 4 minor arcana, swords, wands, pentacles, and cups, and then the major arcana. I look at the difference sort of like a weather front, or rather like a cyclone bomb, where the minor cards are making sure that you have enough eggs, making sure you got enough water, making sure your windows rolled up. The major card is the weather. You can't escape it. So it's more, how am I perceiving? What am I doing? Where am I going? Whereas versus the minor cards are, how am I getting there? On the bottom part of the card, we see the small floral overhang has blossomed into a lush and full garden. The magician himself is the conduit of as above, so below. It's as if he's taking a droplet of universal guidance, filtering it through all of his tools, so then he can create this amazing garden. He or she, obviously. So, do we have all the tools we need to be able to manifest? Absolutely. However, so often we can bang our heads against the wall trying to think our way to manifestation rather than allowing the open doors from the universe in the form of breadcrumbs for us to follow, opportunities outside of our comfort zone, and serendipitous magic to make their presence known. I always say that we are the most ungrateful children of the universe. We always are saying, okay, universe, tell us what we need to do. Lead us the way there. Okay, I got it. I'm in control now. I got it. Okay, universe, now tell me where I need to go. Okay, I got it. I can take it on from here. It's all done with love, because it's clear we always like to have that beginning section, and then our analytical brain, our controlling part of our brain, always wants to take over to then lead the way forward. So give yourself permission to sometimes wait for that extra bit of message external to your brain before charging forward, knowing that this, alas, happens on universe time, which sadly is often different from human time. The magician needs that droplet of guidance from universal energy in order to fully create the amazing garden. Tools, while much needed and appreciated, aren't the full story. If we stayed solely in our comfort zone, what originates from within, there would be little growth and expansion of spirit. Easier said than done, of course. However, you can do it. Now, as we start this first week of 2018, the calendar invites us to reflect on the prior year and ensure that as we go forward, we're set with our resolutions and everything and our goals going forward. We may have goals on 2018 of losing weight, manifesting joyful love, finding a career of purpose and passion. And while these goals can be embraced year-round, we look at this new year as a green light, perhaps this oomph that's needed to make these changes that we have thought about for so long to happen. And however, alas, it seems as if each year brings a desire for changes, yet each year with all the best of intention, resolutions don't stick. This can lead to shame, sadness, and self-judgment, which leads to delaying the goals until the following year. Please know that this is all a journey, and we are all in this journey together. So shame, sadness, and self-judgment are just not necessary. We're all doing it. Honor that. Let yourself be led by the universe as you embrace your new path, as you step outside of your comfort zone. And then just honor what is in yourself, making sure that your words are not hoping, wanting, thinking, trying, feeling. Cut those words out and instead just work from your own strength as you go forward. Gosh, this hour has shot by so fast. Benny, again, happy birthday.
Thank you very much, Eva. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And I am so excited that we're going to have this year going forward together again. I love it. I want to thank everyone for tuning into our reading show on Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. Thank you, and happy birthday again, Benny, for running the show. Thank you, one and all, for tuning in. This is such a blessing for me to be able to do this show each week. And I look forward to next week's show where I'm doing readings all hour. So please join me every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm getting some hot chocolate and getting out of this cyclone bomb storm with peace and love and gratitude. See you back here next time.
You've been listening to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio with your host, Eve. Join us Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com to harness the power of the universe for optimal success and happiness as Eve continues to take metaphysics mainstream. Until then, learn more about Eve and Elite Tarot at EliteTarot.com. That's EliteTarot.com. See you next week.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.